Dear class, welcome to PLSC 28103, International Relations and Global Studies. This is an introduction to the course shell. First, welcome to the course. For those of you who are new to the college, congratulations on your new opportunity. To all of you, I'm excited you could join me on this journey. I wish you a productive semester. Topics. So this is an introduction to myself and the Blackboard Ultra course shell. And I'll talk a little bit about the assignments. I made a separate video on what the international relations topics are, and you'll find it in the first week's folder. Essentially, it's the Start Now folder when you go inside Blackboard, and I'll walk you through it. Check the to-dos for this week inside that folder, and you'll see the work that we have to do this week. So this is me. Some of my background is here. You can contact me at any time when you have questions. My contact information is in the syllabus. I didn't post it here for privacy reasons. As this is an online course, I don't usually meet students in person. However, we can meet via Zoom. Send me an email to set up a time. If you're not doing well or falling behind in class or having an emergency, please email me so I know why you are absent. Email me also if you need any help with assignments, reading, etc. While I won't, explain to you concepts and other stuff, which I'm asking you to actually do the work, what I will do is explain the question to you if you have any questions. Also, I will try my best to explain what's inside the textbook. The textbook. So the textbook we are using is called Essentials of International Relations. It's by Karen Mingst and Heather McKibben. I like to use the 9th edition. You can use a higher edition. So I want you to buy it immediately. Amazon.com and the university bookstore will have copies. Used books are cheaper. This tends to be an expensive book. The ebook version can be downloaded fast from these sites, but the ebook version, if it's latest, might be expensive. You will need a laptop for the ebook version. What I usually like to do is go with the 9th edition, so it has some older versions, used books, and look at the used book link within Amazon or the university bookstore if they have it, because that's where you're going to save a lot of money. If you buy a later edition, it'll be more expensive. Blackboard. Let's go to Blackboard Ultra, which is where the course shell for PLSC 28103 is. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let's see if we have it. Here we are. So I'm in the student preview, so you can take a look at what Blackboard Ultra looks like right now. So when you enter from Blackboard, you'll see that there's a top menu here. When you click on content, you will see this stuff. When you click on calendar, it's going to show you what's set up due dates and things like that. Nothing due in August. Let's try month. Let's try going down. Here, nothing is due in August. Let's try September. I see some due dates. I see some discussions and other things are due. October, let's try October. Many things are due in October. November. Some things are due in November. Okay, so let's go to the announcement section. Here, I haven't created any announcements, but this is where I'll be making weekly announcements, maybe sometimes twice a week. Once I'll announce, on Monday mornings that, hey, look, it's Monday, and there's a new weekly lesson folder opening up. And you should look inside it because there's going to be new assignments for you, and you'll get 2 weeks to complete the assignments. However, if you fall behind, everything is going to pile up, right? So make sure you check the announcement section at least on Monday morning. Check again towards the middle of the week or on Friday to see what else is happening. Discussions. Here you'll see a list of discussions, but I would not work like this. I would go to the content section and let's scroll down to see that. So at the top, you see a cyber cafe section. So this is a place, let's click on it. You should be posting any questions you have about the lectures, readings, videos, anything, or policies, course policies, the syllabus, anything. Post a question here. And I'm going to check that. And I encourage other people to look in there as well and see if you can help each other out. For now, start here. This is where you need to start. When you click on this page, what it does is this menu just drops down. So you should look at all of the things here. Start with the syllabus. And sadly, I tried to make the font a little bit larger. It did not do that for me. I tried and tried, so I apologize. What I would like you to do is copy and paste it onto a Word file and save it, and then keep it on your laptop somewhere, maybe on a desktop folder for PLSC 28103. So do check the syllabus. It goes over course requirements, such as the textbook, the fact that you need Blackboard access, computer, university email, my contact info. It gives you the course drop ad and matriculation policy link. So do check that. The course content, it goes over that, course objectives, but it's kind of a short section here. It looks longer in MS Word, I promise you, but it looks fairly short here. It also goes over the assignments. There are 6 written assignments. And basically, these are kind of like tiny research projects, and they test your knowledge of the readings and lectures and things like that. But then they ask you to do a little bit of more work. Okay, so out of 6, I will consider top 5 scores. So you can do 5 of those. You can also do all of them. Look at this part. So when you're doing the writing, you should start your work on MS Word and save your work on MS Word. Make sure you edit for punctuation, grammar, all of that, spelling. indentation, paragraphs, all of that. Avoid the wall of text look if you can, so that it's readable and it's enjoyable to read, right? So read these sections carefully. There's a best practices when posting answers to discussion forums. Check that out. Using ChatGPT and other AI technologies. So I don't, teach the course to ChatGPT or AI, right? I am creating the course for you, and you should be taking the course so that you can put it on your resume, get a good degree, and then apply for a good job and say, guess what? I have taken this course and I got an A on it by doing my own work, right? I'm not a person that, relies on ChatGPT to do my work. I can think. However, a lot of people who experience who need some, special accommodations. For example, if you have a certain kind of disability that prevents you from using the laptop in the regular way that we do, using the cursor with our fingers, or maybe you have trouble accessing the laptop in certain ways, you may use a text to voice editor, you may use ChatGPT, but you do need to get accommodations from the Center for Educational Access at the university first. So when you scroll down, you're going to see section 6 and read that section about how to get accommodations. So we are going to have 7 or 8 quizzes, and the top 5 scores will be accepted. So do all of them, and I'll take the top 5 scores. As far as evaluation, it's simple. 5 of the quiz points are taken, each are 20. So it's out of quizzes, what the maximum you can get is 100. From writing assignments, I'll take the top 5. So you'll get 500 and the total points will be 600. Okay, so other policies. So read how to use Ultra. And I'll go down Ultra's main page or home page, so you can look at that section and look at other course policies, read them carefully. Look at the course schedule. So this, again, the font here becomes super tiny in Ultra. And even though I made it very large, it still became small. So let's see what we're doing here. So the table here shows you the week that we're on, the date. So if week 1 is, week 1 is August 19th to the 25th. So that's what it's showing. And then it says the topic is the introduction. So it's basically what I'm talking to you about right now. The content is, read the syllabus carefully, buy the textbook, look inside the module for week 1, and complete those activities, introduce yourself. So it's telling you what you're supposed to do. And the assignments due on Sunday of this week, we don't have anything due this week, but you can complete the introduction part right now. Those assignments have opened up. Week 2, when you scroll down, the dates are August 26th to September 1. You have approaches to IR as the main topic, which is chapter 1 of Mingst and McKibben. So these are the things you need to do. Number 1, read chapter 1. Number 2, watch the lecture on chapter 1, which is inside the week 2 folder, and we'll look at that as well. Quiz 1 is opening up and will be due in 2 weeks by Sunday, September 8th. So that will be due September 8th. So this week you will finish the introduction assignment. And then week 3, September 2 to 8, you'll study the history of European states. That's chapter 2. You watch the lecture on chapter 2, and you finish taking quiz 1, and it says quiz 1 is due by Sunday, September 8. Week 4, September 9 to 15, you have the history of European states. Read the second half of the chapter, watch the mini videos. Quiz 2 is now open and will be until Sunday, September 22. So you're getting 2 weeks to complete the work. And when you go to the next week, you see that quiz 2 is due. And then for week 5, September 16 to 22, you look at the theories of international relations. We're looking at realism. The work that you have to do is here, read the first part of chapter 3 until the section on realism. So read whatever's on realism, then watch the lecture on classical realism, then take quiz 2 by Sunday, and then you've got discussion 1. So discussion 1 has opened up and will be due by Sunday, September 29. So you're getting 2 weeks to work on that. And the next week, basically, it will be due, right, on Sunday night. So complete this cycle until the end of the semester. So the last column tells you what's due that week. And the content section tells you what's opening up that week, okay? And the topic section tells you what the general topic is. We're studying the dates, of course, tell you what dates we are on. And the week tells you what week we're looking at. So there's more about me here. If you have any questions, take a look at that. Look around Blackboard. You know, let's look at this section, which is what we're doing, right? So that's a reminder that you need to. So they have a link here for student support and institutional policies. Take a look at those. I personally, I have not put anything in here. This is all the university stuff, so take a look at that. Using Ultra for students is also university policies. Take a look at that. This is not something I am putting anything into. This is where I start. Week 1, start here. So you have some assignments to do here. Introduce yourself to the class. That's due September 1st. By 11:55, so do that work. And basically just, tell us who you are, what you're studying, nothing, too scary. It's just some background about yourself, why you're taking the course, do you have a special interest, what topics are you super interested in? Yeah, you can tell me that. Do you speak any foreign languages? Have you lived anywhere outside the US? Do you follow any international news? Things like that. So here's the to-dos for week 1. It says, learn about how to use Blackboard, about the syllabus. So you will learn about the syllabus and course requirements and objectives. As far as international relations, you will learn how to define international relations, identify key players in international relations, understand some topics we study. So you should read the following exercises, read the syllabus, understand each week's reading and assignments. Look at the course schedule stuff, right? Watch the introductory lectures. Introduce yourself. Okay, so let's see what there is. Okay, so here's your lecture. This is a lecture that goes over what we basically do in international relations as a field. And it gives you some background about the theoretical stuff we do, what kind of questions we're interested in, and things like that. So watch that. So every week we're going to have a to-dos for the week, okay? So here we are, week 2. You're unable to see that yet. Let me exit the student preview. And let's look inside. So similarly, this will open up, right? And the week says week 2, approaches in international relations. Go to the to-dos for this week and look inside. So this right now in the student view, you couldn't see it because it's closed to you. It will open up the week of week 2, basically. Yeah. So that's why it's labeled like that. And this way you don't get like overwhelmed by all these discussions and activities. You might get scared if you see everything together, right? So basically it breaks it down like that, and watch the lectures for that week. So the lectures will be listed here. So one is on the approaches in international relations, another is on the international system. And so that's what is going on. And you'll see the quizzes and discussions and other kinds of activity listed inside the week's module. Just click on it and they open up. So let me stop here about Blackboard and talk a little bit more about course content and other things. So one thing to note is that I'm going to email you and make announcements on a weekly basis. So sometimes students are very good at checking into Blackboard Ultra. They, go straight to Blackboard on Monday morning or Tuesday morning. They look at the announcements and they know what's going on. However, many of you get, busy with your week and you'll be running around campus. And so you will forget to check Ultra. And so what will happen is I will send you an email to remind you of the fact that you need to check Blackboard Ultra for the course, right? So if you cannot access any assignments, please email me as well. Sometimes it's a technical problem. Sometimes I forget to do something and you won't see the work. We talked about week 1 and the syllabus and the course schedule, so check those out. As far as the syllabus, again, copy and paste it into an MS Word file if you need a saved copy, and it goes over all the things you need to know. I talked about the Cyber Cafe. Let's look at the workflow. So check the course shell every Monday because a new folder will open up for you as far as work. There will be some lectures, readings, and assignments. Do not forget to check that, okay? And you'll get 2 weeks, as I mentioned, to complete each written assignment and quiz. However, there are deadlines, as I mentioned, right? The work is due in 2 weeks by the Sunday night. If you're late, and this happens, sometimes kids get into, you're busy with school, you have many things going on, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. You can't finish on time. In that case, email me and we will talk about setting up a deadline that works for you. I don't want you to panic and freak out and do anything crazy. So do email me. This is not something to panic about. Though you should try to finish your work on time. Otherwise, things are going to pile up in the semester and then you'll really be in a fix, right? You'll be in real trouble then. So quizzes and written assignments will be linked to the weekly lesson folder, and as we just went over, right? So make sure you start with the Start Here folder. That's week 1. Next will be week 2, then will be week 3 on. So talked about the assignments. There are 6 written assignments, each worth 100 points, and I will take the top 5. You don't have to do all 6. If you don't have time, just do 5. Quizzes. You should do as many quizzes as possible so that you learn the topic. Sometimes, sometimes you might not be able to finish the quiz properly. And so don't make sure you take every opportunity to take the quiz, just in case you don't do well on one, you can do another quiz and make sure you have a better, set of points, right? We will not have any exams because we have quizzes and we have adequate, written assignments to keep you busy. There's no midterms, no finals. Grading. I will need 3 to 5 days to grade each assignment and give you feedback. Students will get 1 more week from the day I grade an assignment to make adequate corrections to their written assignments. Unfortunately, I have no control over the quizzes. Once you take the quiz, the grade is final. So do read each chapter carefully before taking them. Grade book. As we walked over Ultra, you saw the top menu. All grades will show in your grade book, and the grade book is in that top menu. So you will see the points for each assignment. So that's pretty much what we have for the Blackboard Ultra course shell. I'm really excited to meet you all, and I'm excited to interact with you throughout the semester and read all your beautiful work. So make sure you go to the Start Here folder and introduce yourself. That's your first assignment. And make sure you buy the book, okay? That's like very important. So that being said, let's stop here and let's get started with the semester.